Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ijezi. Today's quest is you can't pour from an empty cup. Fix your life first. You can't pour from an empty cup. Fix your life first. Alright, guys, this might sound a little backwards at first, but stick with me and understand the sense. A lot of people want to be kinder, more helpful, more generous. That's a great goal, but the way to get there isn't what most people think. Let me explain this better using seminary students, young guys training to be priests at Princeton University in the United States of America. The researchers had them fill out surveys about how kind and helpful they thought they were. Then they asked them to prepare a short sermon about the Good Samaritan, the guy in the Bible who helped a stranger when others walked right past the person that needed help. Here's where it gets interesting. To deliver their sermon, the students had to walk through a narrow street. In that street was a man groaning and crying on the ground, actually an actor pretending to be sick. The street was so tight they had to practically step over him to get by. Now the students were split into three groups. One group was told that they had plenty of time. Another was told that they were right on schedule, and the last group was told that they were already late. So what happened? It turns out that the surveys didn't predict anything. It didn't matter how kind the students said they were. What mattered was how much time they had. About 63% of the students who weren't in a rush stopped to help, but only 10% of the ones who were running late did the same. That's huge. And it tells us something important. People don't always act based on who they think they are. They act based on what's going on around them, especially how much time, energy, and mental space they have. So before we judge anyone for not helping, we need to understand that just showing up on time and handling your responsibilities is also a form of kindness. It's just quieter and less flashy. Most people are doing their best just to stay afloat. They are juggling work, bills, stress, and a million little things. And when your life is packed to the brim, you don't have much left to give. That's not selfish, it's just reality. Here's the truth. It's way easier to be kind when your life is in order. When you've got extra time, emotional space, and maybe even a little money, helping others becomes natural. You are not drowning, so you can actually reach out. Of course, some people have plenty and still don't help. That's real too. But most of us, kindness flows from abundance. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you want to be a better friend, partner, or just a more generous person, start by fixing your own life. Get your finances in shape. Clear your schedule. Deal with your emotional baggage. Because when your head is full of your own problems, you literally don't have space for anyone else. That's why some people seem distant or irritable when you come to them for help. It's not that they don't care. They are just maxed out. Their internal noise is too loud to hear you. And that noise, it gets louder the more your life isn't working. It's your brain trying to solve problems. So the more problems you have, the harder it is to be present for someone else. One of the best things you can do for others is to solve your own problems. When you do that, you free up space to really listen, to be patient, and to show up in a meaningful way. Think about it. It's hard to be patient when you are late. You don't have time to be kind. So how can we expect people to be generous when they are running on empty? But here's the good news. We can all create more time. As Seneca said, the philosopher Seneca said, life is long if you know how to use it. Most people feel like life is short because they are buried in clutter and busyness. Years fly by without them even noticing. Restructuring your life to create space, real space, isn't easy. It takes time, but it's worth it. Because once you do, you will finally have the capacity to pursue the higher things, like being of service to others. So if you want to be kinder, don't just try harder. Build a life that makes kindness possible. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message, maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We will talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.